What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Wednesday hump day edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Not a pretty day for me on Tuesday by any means. I'm ready to move on to Wednesday, and obviously a lot of the people on Monday are still happy with me. A lot of evisceration, whether it was here on this program or Lindy's long balls, the short that hit 3 or 4 home runs on Monday. But I understand people might be tuning in for the first time or in the premium Discord for the first time, where I had a lot of pick'em cards, just a lot of bad luck. I mean, Wilson Contreras ends up getting hurt as well. I guess that wasn't the pick'em one, but Tyler Soderstrom automatically cashes for us there. That was useful. Had a couple of really good reads. Nothing crazy overwhelmingly bad, but obviously on this program, we got Texas that just completely shat the bed there in the 9th inning. Ketel Marte goes yard there to round it all out. Colombe, come on, dude, what are we doing there? And then, well, St. Louis was never remotely competent against Kyle Freeland in Colorado, which, hey, stuff like that will happen in baseball. But over any long-term sample size, I hope you've been profitable watching alongside me and hanging out alongside me, whether that's Lindy's Long Balls here or anywhere else. But nothing on my TV as punishment to myself. I deserve no rations. And let's get to the pick, shall we? Oh, yeah. Premium Discord. We still have Tails Lindy going down on the video description box below. If you guys want to jump into the Discord, it's 50% off a week or a month going on right now. So 25 for a month, it'd be 10 for a week. If you guys are looking to jump in before NFL season, that's Greg Ehrenberg on the left side of the screen. He's unbelievable at futures bets. We have such amazing positions, whether it's Zach Wheeler, especially coming off of a evisceration Milwaukee. We'll talk about them from the onset. We have so many good spots because of Greg Ehrenberg. I mean, Isaac Collins, Rookie of the Year, absolute beauty that we got in there. And of course, Eitan Shander, did you have to let it linger? My guy is always hanging out in there lingering. I love having Eitan Shander in that Discord as well. So come kick it with us. That is Tails Lindy is the promo code. It should automatically populate if you click on the link below. Alrighty, let's get to some better plays, shall we? Yeah. No soup for me. Anyway, we got ourselves a bunch of plays, and I got to kind of speed this up a little bit here. I ended up procrastinating. Oh, can Sheehan actually get through this? I think there's actually a couple of prize picks cards that will cash in that evening window if we can somehow, some way get Sheehan to start this next inning. And yeah, might be a little bit of a far fight. 74 pitches. Okay. We can get down with our bad selves. Where's Robbie Ray at? He's still at 4 Ks here. He's got one more batter here, Manny Machado in the 5th. I think we're good on that one. So we're going to cash one. We'll see. I'll live react to however that goes. But let's start breaking it down. We got early baseball, so I want to get this uploaded for the people. I have 5 plays on the card, so I had to do the expedited like version. Don't worry. I remembered to at least put the lean cards in correctly this time. Anyway, Torkelson, 2+ bases. This is purely just kind of looking at what we've got in Smith on the other side. Shane Smith, lefties, righties, everything a little bit problematic. So we continue on our merry way. And we got really nothing else to talk about. Detroit, we don't know who that's going to be. The Rockies taking on the Cardinals. Colorado money line, something I'm paying attention to. Not completely in love with, but the data is Austin Gomber versus McGreevy. Yeah, McGreevy must pay for his sins. Maybe Mickey Moniak over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs, but it didn't stand out on the onset. Arizona taking on Texas here. I've got Gallen versus Kelly. Unbelievable. We have Zach Gallen versus Merrill Kelly. I'm leaning towards the Merrill Kelly side purely because, well, while he's not been very good by any means, it's still, I think, a spot where Texas should be more heavily favored than what they are here in these kind of spots. So I'm excited to watch, kind of be a sidecar partner in that one. San Diego taking on the Giants, -1, just simply looking at the -1 as we are in San Francisco, where I never, ever, 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 ever should have had a run line in a million years. That's something I talked about ad nauseum that day and in the Discord and yelled at myself. And then Sports Eye Jacob yelled at me, as he should yell at me. It's not very nice, but it wasn't very nice of me. I lost money. $55 lost to the gods. Anyway, under 8.5 here for Seattle and Baltimore. And this one, I'm okay keeping it off for right now, but it's the closest on this screen that I have to being added to the card. Why is that? Well, it's not chasey. It's simply going Castillo on one side, Gilbert it is on one side. If it was Castillo, it would be attacking something else there. But Logan Gilbert, unbelievable, but should be pretty limited. Trevor Rogers, He's been incredible. He continues to do amazing things for us, but this is a very difficult lineup. Sometimes when you don't know what to make of it, just keep it off the card. It's as simple as that. Miami taking on Cleveland. This one, I have basically no interest in. We saw a little bit of a funnel out there. Kyle Manzardo, Jose Ramirez start off the first, but lefty power's always played up there. The last 2 years it has at Progressive, and I still kind of want to stay away from Gavin Williams, even though Gavin Williams has looked awesome lately. And Yuri Perez, I mean, these prices are just a little bit egregious to me. 8.5's a big number. 8. Well, it's 8.5 minus 125. 8 sitting at like the standard minus 105, minus 110. I'm going to keep it off here for now. So we're going to move along our merry way to the PCA under 1.5 bases. Yeah, you heard me. What are we doing here? 3 for 37, like 13 or 14K since the All-Star break. Things have not been kind. I don't know what he was doing over the All-Star break, but he should probably never do it again. The Metsies. Oh yeah, I should at least talk about kind of the intricacies of this. We've got Gaussman on one side. We got Horton on the other. Horton shouldn't be very long for this one. The Metsies minus 1.5. I'm just paying the closest attention I can to Cookie Carrasco and how we can make him pay $50 every day. Or in this case, maybe $50 on a home run player too. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So the Metsies minus 1.5. Oh, Edgar Quero just 1 yard too. Okay. I was mad. Doesn't matter. iPad's over there. Phone's over there. Nothing matters. Time's an illusion. Ohtani, under 5.5 strikeouts. Also one I feel like keeping off. FanDuel, they've been dropping earlier lines here, which I kind of appreciate at times because then I don't have to go offshore or go through last 10 data and bang my head against a wall to figure out where numbers are going to open. 5.5. 5.5. Angels strike out an absolute metric ton. You don't have to bet things that you're not sure of, especially if your data is saying one thing, your heart's saying another. It's okay to just put the pen down. Put the pen, what are we talking about? The betting ticket, the money in your wallet down? Mainly just everybody's on their phone. Let's be serious. 99.9% of us. Brandon Lau. He's going to round it out. Not Josh Lau, but Josh Lowe it would be. But we got Rasmussen versus Ginn, and I think Rasmussen has been very, very functional. That's going to be very tough for me to look at NEAs in a positive light. We'll look at prices and double check that theory. But Brandon Lau looking pretty darn nifty. If you guys want to check out Tails, be like Lindy, join Tails today. This is going to be a fast program today here on the 15 Gamer. I want to get this out. We have early morning Wednesday baseball, and I got 5 plays. That's a lot of plays, more than your standard amount of plays. But if you think that you could provide 5 plays for tomorrow and fire it up, and you're somebody who is in the respected circles of the old betting space, well, you have an opportunity. Be like Lindy, join Tails today. Head to the video description box below. Check it out. Let's get to the play, shall we? Yep. Yuck. But not yuck. 12-0, 14-0. Absolute evisceration in a couple of these spots that we're looking at. Boston, they dropped down and got their eagle on is what they did. I mean, good Lord almighty. Yeah, stop. He's already dead. It's kind of the way that I felt about pretty much everything that had to do with watching that Houston game. But somehow, some way, Paul Skeens gets lit up to some extent. He didn't give up all 14 in this one, but to have 2 separate 14-0, 14-1 ball games is pretty wild. But yeah, 14-0 Milwaukee takes down Pittsburgh. Now we get Keller, comeback Keller, as I like to call him, up against Brandon Woodruff. And this is just one of those things where you have to remember that God is favoriting Milwaukee. Now, you had to double check with some rain, and I hope everybody in Milwaukee is safe there with everything that went down. I saw some disturbing pictures and some crazy flooding there, but I would say you guys are also, from a sports perspective, again, this is talking sports betting, this isn't life or death, but Brandon Woodruff. Good Lord Almighty, these Milwaukee Brewers have been absolutely on fire. Only 4 losses since the All-Star break. Now, they've won double-digit games in a row, and they've got what I would consider, with the Miz out, their ace on the mound. And yeah, that's with Freddie Peralta, fastball Freddie, just mowing down Pittsburgh. Unbelievable. Got hooked on that. 3 hits. Good job, Pittsburgh. But I needed over 3.5 hits for what it's worth. Only a quarter unit. It's okay. I'll live. But Brandon Woodruff's been so incredible. And this bullpen's just been dynamite. And this lineup just finds ways to do things. And we get plus 120 at open on Milwaukee minus 1.5. Absolutely give that to me right now. I got to have it. All right, next up, we got Washington at KC. As I said, I'm doing the expedited version today because, well, I love my wife. Washington, KC, and Irvin versus Lugo. You could just see the names right there, and you probably know where I'm going. Jake Irvin, atrocious, 47.4% hard hit, 363 xwOBA, 15.6% K rate. Seth Lugo, 45.9% hard hit, 494 expected slugging. I tell you what, friends, no way, no how that we aren't on an over of 8.5 in an afternoon game in Kansas City. Let's party. Next up, Philly at Cincinnati. Christopher Sanchez, 4 kids, and I got to take all of that ass to showbiz. Normally I do that with Lopez because it's Jennifer Lopez, but I like my guy Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez. Now, sometimes I misspell his name. My middle name is Christopher. It's okay. Send me birthday gifts, but I don't know how that would be possible. That's not an address. But Christopher Sanchez, Cristopher. Look at that. I can spell. He got a little bit limited last time out because he mowed down Detroit, and then they just decided to kind of limit some of his workload. And God, the numbers got inflated. I ended up having to try to take a tiny little quarter bit, and it didn't work out. So not to eat up all the goodwill that I earned with plus money, 18.5 over 18.5 outs on that Monday. But Hunter Green making his first start in forever. We don't have any props on him. I'm very curious to see where those drop. Generally, I'm a Hunter Green guy. He throws at 100. He's an LA boy. I like everything about him. He's got that swagger and a ridiculous pitch mix. But Christopher Sanchez, friends, over 17.5 outs and then over 18.5 outs. There are 2 ways that this works out. We either get a very nice plus money tag on the 18.5, or this gets bet in some capacity where 17.5 is your absolute parlay play of the day. I would probably involve that in just about anything inside of minus 200. So just saying. It's not going to be a pick'em square. I doubt they're going to give us anything that advantageous, but very curious where books open this. At open, I went to the 17. I could have slid /18.5 because that's kind of where I expected to be. And anything inside of plus 110 will be a bet for me on the 18.5 side of things. Hit that like button for me, subscribe button, notification bell as we go to Minnesota at New York. Also, promo code Lindy down at the video description box below. But Joe Ryan taking on Cam Schlittler. Cam Schlittler is giving up tons of hard contact, and Cody Clemens is finding ways to just inflict havoc upon baseballs. I love his hard hit profile. In fact, 52.7% is just behind Byron Buxton. 356 xwOBA is just behind Byron Buxton. 505 expected slugging, second best on this team. And the big thing, the difference between his Philly tenure and here, no strikeouts, 21.5% K rate, 8.1% walk rate. Things are going well. And Cam Schlittler, I do think we're going to see him get some strikeouts. I think that fastball is pretty darn decent. 58% usage now through a couple of starts. Still a small sample size, but he's getting tuned up. When the ball does get hit, it gets hit hard. Anything better than plus 255, which I know is a short freaking number I just said. Cody Clemens home run. Speaking of home runs, let's round out the program with Boston at Houston. Walker Buehler, I think I spelled that wrong, versus Brown. Yeah. Nope, I spelled it right. Just double checking. Ferris Bueller is spelled differently. Anyway, Boston at Houston. That's kind of what I was thinking of the entire time. Hunter Brown, I'm not going to pick on here with Boston, although Boston might get some advantageous numbers. It's a huge cavern for lefty power, but people have to remember prices are things. I'm so mad that I didn't bet Roman Anthony, especially a guy who does have the opposite field power to the Crawford boxes. Just saying, it's just been annoying to not have bettable numbers there on some of those Boston guys, because I thought this would be an interesting spot to take some of the righties. Well, it's going to be far more interesting to take Houston righties against Walker Buehler. North of a 220 expected ISO against them, getting bludgeoned by right-handed bats all season long. Carlos Correa should be batting second. I'm going to wait for that lineup to drop. I want to see some opening numbers, and then we're going to get ourselves the heck up out of here. But, friends, you know what? I'll throw this up here. Join the Lindy and Friends Discord. It is actually Tails Lindy, but it automatically populates if you head to that video description box below. Let's get the heck up out of here. And that does it for another edition, a quick and easy edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely slate we have before us. And those are 3 props coming up there in the later evening. Those go in like the lean light category. Just basically know that I'm going to be betting them, and I will be posting tickets more than likely, because that's what I always do. I like to post everything that I'm firing up here from a day in, day out basis. Hopefully we can get back on track with the pick'em, which smashed yesterday. Oh, everything smashed. Obviously the bets especially smashed, but Tuesday did not go as well. So let's get ourselves back in the win column here. Yeah, Robbie Ray, is he done? I had to double check that before the end of this. Don't make me freak out. Please. Please, 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 please. Don't tell me I'm right. Gonna find out. And Robbie Ray's still pitching. We'll find out. You should be able to cash that. 93 pitches, I think he's done. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Wednesday. See you then.